Hello and welcome to Box Free with Stephanie. Today I want to show you how to make some basic foods with simple ingredients from scratch. And hopefully you can discover that cooking box free is fast and delicious. So let's cook together. Today we are going to make ice cream sandwiches. And instead of using regular chocolate chip cookies, I'm using my chocolate chip cookies because I'm not necessarily a fan of like just plain old traditional chocolate chip cookies. I don't know why, I'm just kind of weird that way. So I want them to be chocolate because I like it better. And then kind of instead of using 2 full cups of butter, 2 full sticks, sorry, I just do 1.5 because actually normally for this cookie recipe, I just do 1 stick. But today I'm gonna live it up and do 1.5. Now actually the reason I'm doing 1.5 is so that they hopefully will spread out just a little bit better. It won't be quite so cakey like, which, you know, like normally I don't really mind that they're a cakey cookie instead of just the flat, really buttery stuff. But today I want to be a little bit more like a regular chocolate chip cookie. So I did 1.5 sticks of butter, and now I'm going to do 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white, which if you pay attention, regular chocolate chips have 3/4 cup of each. So I'm down 1/2 cup of sugar already, which I think also might affect how they spread out on the pan. I'm not sure. But I only use 1 cup total of sugar, where like the regular chocolate chips call for 1.5 cups, and I just can't do it. They make it too sweet almost. Whoopsie. We got a hefty teaspoon there because I was a little excited. A little overboard with the old vanilla, and that's okay. And then I'm going to beat these all together until they're kind of nice and smooth. So here we go. Kind of like that. You just want them to be blended together so that your sugars aren't so separated. Okay, then I'm going to add my 2 eggs in here. Okay, and then I'm going to beat these in, and then I'm going to add my, oh, there's my oven. It's at 350. Okay, I'm going to beat these in. Let's see. Okay, then I'm done with this because I'm gonna hand mix everything else. So, gonna throw this over here. Okay, so now I'm going to do, instead of 2.25 cup of white flour, which is what regular chocolate chip cookies call for, I do 1.5 of flour, and then I do 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. And then that gets me a nice chocolatey cookie batter. Okay, and then 1/2 cup of this, which I guess I can use my 1/2 cup right here. This is risky to be right over the bowl here, but I like to live on the wild side when it comes to food and take my chances. Okay, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I do always measure baking soda because I have overdone it on that, and then you can get that like metallic taste in your food, which is really awful. So it took me a couple times of like, what is going on? Is that everything? Before I realized like I just was putting too much baking soda. At least that's what I read years ago. So I have ever since really measured it. And I guess I measure baking powder too, but baking powder, I don't really care if I go over a little bit, but baking soda, I really do care if I go over. Whoopsie. Okay, so then as soon as this is all, like right now it's very gray, and when it's all mixed up, it'll be much darker. So that's kind of how I know that all my flour and cocoa powder is mixed in. And then I'm gonna add my chocolate chips, and I'm not gonna go crazy and do like 2 full cups or whatever, like a full package. So by the time you add the ice cream in here, this is gonna be like plenty sweet. Okay, so now you see how like dark and chocolatey, you know, like it's just a dark, nice product. So I feel like it's all mixed in. So I'm gonna do a 1 cup of chips. Is that what I normally? Oh, that's what I normally do. That's what my recipe says. Well, I guess we'll go for it. Can't go wrong with too many, but I was gonna do a little bit less, just because I don't need the chocolate the way you do for like regular cookies where you're really going to taste it, but you will taste it. And actually, when I make this recipe in my regular way, actually I have a show, I think it's called my chocolate lava cookies or something. I do just the 1 stick of butter, and then I always do dark chocolate chips, just because that's what I really love. And so my husband might actually like these better today because I put semi-sweet chips in them, which I don't normally do. But I guess because I'm doing sandwiches and it's going to be more than just me and more than, I don't know, I felt like I needed to do semi-sweet. I guess to make sure that they are nice and sweet. But how can they not be with ice cream? But I don't know. I haven't made chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches for a long time. For quite a while I was making regular chocolate chip cookies, and then, you know, making those into my sandwiches. But I want the chocolate batter because I really do want that like traditional chocolate cookie that a regular ice cream sandwich provides. You know, the black and white kind of thing that you get from, I don't even know who makes them, whatever. So anyway, my point is I'm making chocolate because I just kind of want that look. But I must say, when I used to make the chocolate chip cookie ones with regular cookies and then put ice cream between them, it was absolutely delicious. Like, oh my gosh, super good. Yeah. Okay, now because I want to make sure that these smash down a little bit, I'm going to use my resources wisely. I'm going to pull out my butter. Actually, I was going to put this on my hand. Watch this. I'm going to just like smash this down because, see, it's kind of getting sticky. I'm going to grab a new spot. I want to make sure that when I do this normally and I'm not making sandwiches, I don't mind if they're a little bit of a puffed shape. But because I'm making, my dogs are just like, gimme. Because I'm making sandwiches, I want them to be flatter. And then I can't waste this little bit of dough. Oh, gotta scrape it off. Let's stick it right back in here because it's just got some good butter on it. Okay, so now that these are relatively flat, they should also bake relatively flat. So we will put these in the oven. My dogs are going to try to take a bite. Okay, I'm going to set the timer for 11 minutes and then we'll come back and see if they are ready. Okay, we are back and all my cookies are baked and beautiful and quite gigantic for a sandwich. I kind of forgot I was making sandwiches almost. But these are the ones I just pulled out, and I'm going to kind of stack these up as far as like shapes of which ones seem to be kind of the same size almost. And then like these are going to be now my sandwiches. And before I do my ice cream, I just need to get these off, I think, of here. I tend to really underbake my cookies because I like a softer cookie much more than I do a crispy cookie. I'm supposed to be making room here. So anyway, I do really tend to underbake them, but I think that keeps them really nice and soft then. Whoopsie. But they're also really soft then when you're pulling them off of here. So, but I don't know, it works okay. All right, whoopsie. Okay, so let's just slide all this up here. Okay, so now I have my ice cream. I'm gonna slide this over here. And my matched up chocolate cookies. So I'm gonna get my saran wrap ready. You do have to use like an individual one for each one, of course. And then you just wrap them up individually. So it's quite easy. I mean, cooking from scratch is kind of easy. Everybody thinks it's so hard, but I don't know. I don't think it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do this nice round one. Ooh, this looks like a lot of ice cream. So you just kind of scoop it, and you don't want it to be, of course, like rock hard ice cream because you need to kind of manipulate it. But then you just take it and squish it down a little bit, kind of like that. And so I've got like the spot here that's just a little bit not so perfect. So then I'm just gonna make it perfect. So then you have this gorgeous, where's my towel hanging up? This gorgeous ice cream sandwich. So then you just wrap it the best you can, although these really never last long in the freezer, so you don't have to worry too much. But that's it. So I'll do one more, just for good measure, to kind of show you. It's kind of fun to do a little demonstration. Okay, so you get your saran wrap all set up. I don't really know how to do this without like individually wrapping them. It's just the cost of having a homemade cookie, I guess. Got to go through the saran wrap. Okay, and this doesn't look like quite enough ice cream. Oh, this is really messy now that I'm using my finger. Okay, so then you just kind of gently squish it down. Oh, and I was going to say my cookies really turned out beautifully flat, exactly the way I was hoping they would. Like I said, when I don't use the stick and a half of butter, and then when I don't kind of squish them down like I did, sometimes, I'm gonna stick that in there, don't tell anybody, sometimes they turn out more rounded, but these are exactly what I wanted. There we go, our second one. And you get really messy making them. So if you wanted, you can just do regular chocolate chip cookies. Or you can do anything you want, like molasses cookies would be really good, but that's it. Then you stick them in your freezer, and then when you have guests over and it's hot summer day, you just say, have an ice cream sandwich, and there you go. Okay, that's it. Ice cream sandwiches for summer. Thank you very much for watching Box Free with Stephanie. I hope you like this show, and I hope you make ice cream sandwiches with whatever kind of cookie you want to make. I appreciate your time watching the show, and I will see you next time. Bye.